What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Dislyte video. So today we are going to be looking at Holobattles. And what are we gonna do with Holobattles? Well, I'm going to be showing you guys a trick, or not really a trick, right? But like a new way that I've been approaching Holobattles that has been very much game breaking. So I'm probably gonna show it to you on like one of these teams, one of these like gold cups left. So let's go like this, right? So the teams that I've been using, so basically they're kind of like two teams, right? There are generally three types of teams. There are very tanky teams, there are very control-y teams, and then there are very speed cleavy teams. That's how I kind of try to envision it, right? So speed cleaves will beat control teams because control teams want to control you. Control teams will beat tanky teams, and then tanky teams will beat speed cleaves generally, okay? But right now in the current way that it is, this is all just my opinion, right? But right now how it is, we're definitely in this very tanky-esque meta, and so the only things that you can generally use are very tanky teams and very control-y teams. Again, this is all just my opinion, but so a lot of defenses consist of Hyde. They consist of Ahmed and Hyde, and they consist of Gabrielle and of Everett. See, just like, you know, Everett here, Abigail, you know, Renzi, Hyde, JJ. All these teams just kind of use the same, like, you know, 10 espers, and their basic goal is to tank you, live, survive, shield, all that jazz, right? And there are some speed cleaves still left, but these are pretty easy to beat. Like, for example, if I were to beat like this first team, I'd literally just bring in my Hyde. I'd bring in my Hyde, my Gabrielle, my Ahmed, and then they just can't kill me, basically. But what is not so easy to kill are these teams on the right, the second team. Like Ahmed with Hyde and JJ, those teams are pretty hard. Abigail, Everett, those teams are really hard to kill because when you do kill them, for JJ for example, he'll come back even stronger and one-shot you. For Hyde, it's just you're very scared of always getting stunned and counterattacked. For Hyde just builds up over time, and over time he gets more and more powerful. So those teams are very, very difficult, and you have to deal with them all very differently, right? But what I have found and what I've learned is that our Lord and Savior Meredith is actually pretty good against most of these teams under the right circumstances. So for example, the thing about Meredith is this skill, she has a flat HP reduction. It's basically true damage, right? Reduces their max HP by 30%, and it's capped at Meredith's max HP. So if you build Meredith with max HP of her own, she will basically not really lose out. Like this cap of up to a max of 50% Meredith's HP, it doesn't really matter, right? So basically, what you have is an Esper, a skill basically, that can always, I'll remove my glasses because I think it might be seen in the reflection. It can always do 30% of an Esper's health, no matter what. Now, this does have an interaction with shields, but basically 30% of their health gone. Every single time, no exceptions. So I'm gonna show you guys a team, and I'm gonna go against this team. Hold on, let me just fix my my defense here. Alright, so we're here against our first showcase. So what I have is my Jinyu Yao, my Lucas, and my Meredith. My Meredith is both my damage dealer and my healer. My Jinyu Yao will protect me against any sort of debuffs, and my Lucas is the main carry here with the stuns. So what I'm gonna do at the beginning is I'm going to stun. Okay, I didn't get the stun on him. I'm actually gonna wait a bit. Let's see if I can stun here. No stun happening. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to use my third skill just yet. Pretty weak. Alright. So I didn't want to use my third skill just yet. Alright, let's see if I can stun this again. Alright, I got a stun there. So I'm gonna strip him. That's fine. That's fine. Might have been bad not bringing my Ahmed to this fight, but oh well, that's fine, I think. So we're just gonna stun lock them. Please stun. Oh no, that's bad. I'm going to heal my Jinyu Yao. And basically, I'm just going to try... Oh, I can't use my third skill. I'm basically gonna try to control the healing and stun lock their only healer in this case, and then just beat him down. And if I can get to a situation where I'm 1v1 against the Hyde, or like not even 1v1, but like just doing more damage against the Hyde, like if it's just the Hyde versus my team, I'm gonna be in a very, very good spot. So right now I'm just going to be trying to kill the Ahmed, and the Ahmed should be dead, but you know, that reses him, which is understandable. So yeah, but all I'm trying to do is I'm gonna try to pick off their one healer, and eventually the team will fall. And the reason why this strategy works is because Meredith does a flat HP, and she's also a healer, so she can defend really, really well. And look, okay, now I know this is taking a few turns, but basically I'm going to whittle down this team, and it's going to work because they just don't have the healing anymore. And then I can control the Hyde. I can stun lock the person with my Lucas. My Lucas is what brings this team comp together, in my opinion. And eventually I'll just be able to break down the team, right? So third skill again, bam, 13,000 damage gone. 13,000 damage done. From a healing skill, by the way. And yeah, overall this thing will just slowly but surely, methodically just breach through their gap. Now this is going to be the part that's usually the scariest, is when I have to actually hit into the Hyde and he'll counterattack. But the thing is, both of these are Inferno units, and my Meredith doesn't actually attack that often. It only attacks with this third skill. So bam, 11,000 damage, and that's with 30 stacks, right? So I'll just go through this process, rinse and repeat, and eventually I'll be able to take down the Hyde. Now I am a bit worried because I didn't bring in my Ahmed, and so I am actually getting chipped down a bit. But with my Lucas controlling him, right, the Hyde barely gets a turn, and so my Meredith is gonna be relatively safe, right? It's gonna be relatively safe, and I can just keep on absorbing his AP. I can just keep on absorbing his AP again. Look, he'll get a turn eventually, but nothing for me to be scared of. See, my Meredith is made on HP, so she can take a few hits. She can take a lot of hits, and yeah, now I just continue blowing him down, and he'll never get a turn, and then I just win. I literally just win. Now I'm gonna skip over this. I'm gonna show you again a showcase after with the actual Meredith team comp. All right, so I'm just gonna another fight that we have here, and I'm just gonna break it down. So we have the Cecilia, who is very clearly a threat, and I mean not a threat, but the JJ, who is clearly the biggest threat here. And he's gonna be funneled with defense break, immunity, and healing from the Cecilia. And it's hard to kill the Cecilia or the Gab because they're probably built on a lot of HP. And the JJ will absorb 30% of that damage. So if you try to focus them down, they won't just get healed, they'll also probably feed into the JJ, and JJ will get his demon mode much quicker than you would expect, right? So it's gonna be really hard. And if you have a squishy DPS, that JJ can just destroy that one DPS that you have. But look at this, I am going to actually focus down the Cecilia first, and that wouldn't be possible with another DPS because the Cecilia is probably built really tanky, right? But with Meredith, it's actually gonna work out just fine because look at this. So I don't know how much HP this guy has, right? But one skill, 12,000, and the JJ absorbed 2,000 of that damage, right? So that's a lot, right? So she's gonna heal. Yep, 10,000 damage, 10,000 healing. It's not a lot because we actually did more damage in one skill, and a healing skill, than that. I'm gonna dispel so that I can focus her down. Nice. I am going to actually start controlling her. I would actually like to prefer. I would prefer to control the Gabrielle. I missed a dispel there. Oh well, I'll control her anyway. And then I'll try to stun her, hopefully. Okay. Now, 30% of her health gone again. Bam. 12,000 and 2,000 respectively. Okay, now that the immunity is worn out, I can stun lock them. Alright, this is a pretty good stun. She's not able to use her... Oh, that's a huge stun as well. Okay, so for here, I'm actually going to control this because my goal right now is to kill her with 30% HP, so I don't need to focus the Celia anymore. So I'm gonna focus on the Gab instead, because there's not really any point to focusing. Alright, so I got the block off. So now I'm going to kill Cecilia because this is less than 30% of her HP. Bam, she's dead. AP up to everyone, that's fine. And because my whole team is so chunky, it doesn't even matter. I'm gonna save the Dispel because there's a chance that I can aim for the Dispel on the JJ, so I'm just gonna control him for now. Alright, I don't want to pop JJ just yet, I don't think. I don't have my the right skill that I want up yet, so I'm gonna focus on the Gab. And yeah, again, this is really just, you have to choose who you're gonna focus. But okay, I'm gonna Dispel this. Okay, but he does die. Alright, so here's one of the better things. So all of my units have a Dispel, right? And all of them can control to a degree and live through the JJ, right? So even if I miss killing the JJ here with one of my Dispels, it's okay, because even if he attacks one of my units, as long as it's not the end of the end game where, you know, the damage is doubled basically, you'll be able to survive. So I'm gonna strip here, and it's perfectly fine. And even if I miss a strip here, I could have stripped with my Colon's Rage, or I could strip with Meredith's S1. But either way, so I'm just gonna tank. I'm gonna do my damage here. Watch this. I'm going to tank. I'm literally going to tank the JJ. Bam. 41. But he's still alive. He's still alive, perfectly fine. And JJ is usually the only DPS, so he will not act. My Lucas isn't actually in any threat here. And even if he was at threat here, look at this. Bam. Almost fully healed with the crit resist and stuff. And now he's not at risk of dying anymore. Like, that's literally all it takes. And so with a team of 3 very tanky Espers and my Meredith doing the single target DPS, bam, he's dead. Like a JJ team cannot beat this. A JJ team literally just cannot beat this. And if I was going up against something like this is actually a pretty difficult matchup in my opinion. But if I was going up against something like this, I would probably go double controller. I'd probably go like something along the lines of Pandora and Lucas, or maybe Pritzker and Lucas, so I could permanently stun lock these. The only reason why I use Jinyu Yao is because on the off chance that they have a control unit, if they have Snow Dowager, if they have Tyranny of Zeus, if their JJ gets the taunts off, I'd really want to wear it off. That's why I use Jinyu Yao. But in other techs, I will use like Ahmed so that I don't die to a hide. I'll use another controller. And so any form of tanky team is going to fall. Okay, so this is going to be the last showcase that I can show you for today. As you can see, the Abigail got the first turn actually and spammed both of her skills. Now, because there is no immunity, now this is actually going to be one of the more annoying teams, because as you will see, Meredith, when she hits into a shield, will actually take into that 30%, I think. So it will reduce the shield first and then the overall health, which kind of sucks because the shield will absorb most of the damage. But as you can see, even as tanky as these Espers are, probably built with a lot of HP, they're going to fall. So alright, so actually I have my Queen Mother built on the Divine Blessing set, which is from way back before. It basically boosts the speed of Espers who are incapacitated. That set doesn't exist anymore, but it's fine, it's not that broken. But yeah, I dispelled all of those and then I can go. Actually, I think I should go for the Abigail first. Is this once per game? Actually, it isn't once per game. I actually don't know who to go for first. It's fine, let's go for the Cecilia first. Cecilia is probably the biggest. I'm going to control the Abigail. And yeah, overall, I'm just gonna go through this fight. I'm gonna share with you guys my thoughts. But overall, I think that on Esper, like Meredith, is actually really good for the game, in my opinion. Because as of the moment, right, what's really annoying about this current PvP meta is the fact that tanky Espers are just so annoying, right? And I say tanky Espers, but I really mean like a lot of HP. And because of how it currently is, where what is it, like 35% of like AP, there's a 35 HP percent boost right now in PvP when it comes to HP. It's just really annoying because lots of DPS Espers cannot like really compete with that free 35% HP that all units get in PvP. And so what really helps to balance it is an Esper like Meredith, who essentially can do a flat amount of HP damage, 30%, bam, 27k damage, 27k, just freely. And it's like, it therefore then allows for other Espers to become useful, because what's the problem with Meredith, right? Is that she has no control, she has no controlling aspects. So if like you put her up against like Pandoras and stuff, she's not really gonna do all that well. And another thing is that actually, those Espers that are built with defense, like Renzi and Donar, they actually do pretty well against Meredith, because if they do their damage and they're on like Hades or something, they will do their damage based on the defense, and then they'll recover that much damage that they do. And so when Meredith does 30% of their health gone, they can easily bring that back through healing through Hades, or another unit can easily heal them up back to full. And so, just again, sorry, but it's just 27. It's another 27,000 damage. I don't think that like even like a very strong Lewis or a very strong Ophelia can do that much, right? But the thing with using those single target Espers is that, you know, they're very susceptible. Like if my Everett was targeting that Lewis or Ophelia, it would probably end poorly for us. But because it's a Meredith, they're gonna target one of these other units, and everyone's just very chunky. So it's really, really good. And yeah, overall, I do want to give credit where credit is due. When Dahlia was going away in the Ripple and they were replacing it with Meredith, I was a bit skeptical. I didn't think that it was going to be good, because at the time Meredith just sucked so much and wasn't that good of an Esper. But now seeing that she's very useful in so many different kinds of content, in Sentinel Hunt, in Shadow Gale, in Shadow Stream, and even in Holobattle, I genuinely think that this is a very, 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 very good strategy against the current landscape of Holobattle. And I highly advise that you guys try it out and use this time to build your R6 Meredith. Because look at this. I know that a lot of it is being carried from the Lucas, right? But these two Espers, Lucas and Meredith, these have both just become free Espers. And look at how much they're wrecking, how much damage they're doing. Now, I know Jin Yao isn't free, but you can always replace her with something like Hengye for the healing, or if you want another controller, you could use your whatever, your Pritzker or your Sander. 20,000 damage, just then and there. And I know I keep on saying that the damage is a lot, but it is a lot for... And by the way, this doesn't even apply to Everett's crit, because there's no... because this isn't an actual attack and it doesn't have a modifier. It's true damage based on HP. This can't be resisted. This can't be resisted. You can't put a defense up on it. You can't crit block it. Like Everett has like a built-in crit block or whatever. Yeah, none of it matters. Even like damage reduction, Everett's damage reduction doesn't matter. It just you'll always be able to do that much damage. So yeah, I just think that that's pretty insane. I know this is a pretty long video, and I went through this for a really long time, but I hope that you can just appreciate that this Meredith is a free Esper. She's literally a free Esper, and it comes with this insane skill, and I really hope they don't nerf it. And I hope that like people will realize that, oh yeah, Meredith is actually a really, really good counter to this current tanky meta. And Lucas, honestly, game changer, goes right beside her. And Lucas was broken before, but you can get R6 Lucas so easily, and this R6 is pretty useful overall. You get free, oh my gosh, you get a free stun, you get damage taken, and then the final hit AP reduction has been changed to AP absorption, and there's just so much. Lucas is good. My Lucas isn't even fully skilled up. It's just not. So yeah, honestly, that already, and then the free stun, yeah, that's already so much in terms of how powerful Lucas is. And both of these are free to play Espers. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you think about this use in Holobattle, and I hope that I get to see more of you guys winning in Holobattle with this Meredith strategy. I hope you guys have a very wonderful and beautiful day, and abuse Meredith. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Get out of here.